It's been a rough go for President Donald Trump with the football world. He first was pushing against the totally valid expressions of free speech that were taking place when NFL football players were kneeling or doing other types of protests during the national anthems before games a couple months ago. And now it's carrying over into the college football world. Yesterday was the college football playoff national championship game between Alabama and Georgia. Alabama ultimately defeated Georgia 26-23. And one of Alabama's players, although it's not 100% sure who, was caught on camera yelling F Trump as the players went out onto the field. It just so happens Donald Trump was at this game, but more on that later. Here comes the Alabama team. And initially it was alleged that it was Bo Scarborough who yelled, although he has since denied that it was him. And here's what was heard during the very, very riled up jog out to the field. Right. Let's play it once more for people. Again, I'm not going to say exactly what he said. We are considering these fleeting expletives that we hope mercy will be taken upon us for broadcasting. But here's one more time what it was that was said. Right. So immediately, all the normal stuff you would expect started, right? Some people saying, hey, this is free speech period. No other discussion to be had. Others saying this is a thug, no doubt racial overtones there, as we're very acquainted with. Others saying this player, whoever it was disrespectful to the office of the presidency, if not to Trump himself. Yet other people saying that he was a poor representative of the University of Alabama. And again, Pat, we don't really know who did this. The player accused was Bo Scarborough, but he's denying that it was him who said it.
He denies it, but obviously he could face some retribution from the school, or this could hurt his draft potential too in the NFL if he was to go there.
Yeah, I don't know ultimately what the truth is, but I actually don't know how anyone on the side of the Trumpists can credibly criticize this when it is quite literally locker room talk, right? Remember when, it's so funny, when Trump talked about grab him by the you-know-what, it happened on a tour bus before filming a TV show in, I think, Los Angeles or something. And Trump said, oh, that was locker room talk. That was a stretch then. This was a football player literally exiting a locker room before a football game. If anything has ever been locker room talk, it's this, Bo Scarborough or whoever it was yelling F Trump. Anyway, I hope the headlines tomorrow aren't Bo Scarborough receives multiple death threats as a result of what he said.
Yeah, I'm worried that Donald Trump will confuse Bo Scarborough with Joe Scarborough, maybe call him like Crazy Bo.
Yeah, he thinks this is the guy who was there when Mika was bleeding badly from a bad facelift or whatever it was that President Trump said about her. Interesting things happening in Alabama, though. A couple of weeks ago, they elected a Democrat to the Senate, and now this. But seriously, I'm not offended by this at all. Whether you care or not, what a football player or a celebrity or an actor thinks about the president, that's one thing. I genuinely don't really care. But it is absolutely fine to use whatever venue you have to express your opinions. Now, it might have consequences, right?
Sure.
Freedom of speech is not freedom from the consequences of that speech. And when a football player or an actor or whoever chooses to go political, people might not support them. They might not buy tickets to the sporting event or buy a ticket to the movie or whatever. But how can anyone really be offended by this?
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't thinking about all that when he said that comment, but he probably didn't think that it was going to be captured on television either.
Maybe not. Yeah, who knows? The video you just watched was made possible by support from you. Please go to patreon.com/David Pakman Show. You can make a pledge of as little as $1 per month. And every dollar helps to support the work that we're doing, particularly in light of the YouTube ad boycott, which has been really bad.